Hey guys, yeah, thank you for watching my video. Today we will talk about some basic introduction to continuous integration and continuous delivery. All right. So you might have heard this term DevOps, continuous integration, continuous delivery a lot. So I will just try to clarify the questions that you may have or the doubt about what is CI and CD. All right. So I suppose, you have a basic idea about software, what is a software, and you are currently working in an IT company and know what your developers do, right? Just have a basic idea about software, which is really important to understand what I am talking about. So any company, any software company today who has a software product, it is very important for them to make change in their software in time, right? That is the most critical thing for the business. It is more critical thing for the developer, right? Any software product, think about flipkart.com or a retail website. They keep on want to add more and more features into the software product so that it will look more good to the customer day by day, right? You keep on adding more features, a prime customer option, so that a VIP a customer can become a VIP, and then he can get his deliveries fast from a retail store. So the retail company would keep on adding more features. They will allow certain people pay a premium amount and become a VIP. They will be served with more advantages. They will get more discounts. They will get their deliveries very quick, right? And also not just that, you will also listen to the feedback from the customers, right? Different customer, and you would keep on adding more and more features, and if there are any problem in your existing software, you want to continue to fix it. So that's what every software company do. They will continue to add more and more features to their software product, and as they are adding more and more features to their software product, of course there would be a developer somewhere sitting and doing the code. They write the code or they make modification to the existing code to implement a new feature to your software. And as they write the code, more issues get introduced to the system, right? Sometimes it can result some of the system getting broken, right? A developer tried to add the beam UPI payment on the website of their retail website, but he ended up breaking the credit card system. So these things can happen. Ask any developer, right? That's what they do. They keep on adding more features, and it can result in more, right? Your software get more and more complex, or more features are getting added, and the chances of breaking something is more, and you want to continue to fix these problems. So think about a company who are adding too many features into their software product, but every time they add a new feature or every time they try to fix a problem in the software, more issues are getting introduced. So you are actually spending lot of effort of developer, right? The developer need to spend a good amount of time to fix these problems, and uh, then they have to deliver their fix to the respective stakeholders. Again, after testing, they found more issues. So probably the proactive work the developers are doing would be very less compared to the fix that they are doing. And this problem get worsen up if the problem is not detected in the early stages of development. So think about any software company, there would be a development team, right? They are the ones who will make the code change. They will get the request from different team. The marketing team will ask the developer, we need the Google Pay payment method to be integrated in our website, because there are many people who prefer to make payment using Google Pay. So please integrate the Beam UPI payments. That is a change request. Generally these are called change request. The change request come from different stakeholders, right? It can be from the marketing team, it can be from the testing team who are responsible for testing the software, and they realize that some people are not able to log in to your software using an LDAP login or using an Active Directory. So you want to fix the problem. So the testing team will also open a change request asking the developer to fix the problem. So a lot of change requests would keep on coming to the developer, and developer will continue to work on them. So what they do is they will modify the code, right? They make the code change in their laptop, they work on, right? And after they are done with their code change, they will send the code into some repository, right? Some storage place, as call it a central storage place or a source code management tool, and assume this tool get work of every developer, right? One developer work on the first change request and he made the change, right? He made the change in the code and he delivered the code into the SEM tool, a storage tool. Maybe call it a very smart storage. It know what the developer is doing. Once developer delivered his code to this SEM tool, SEM tool will track the developer who made this change, at what time the change was made, and what are the exact lines of code the developer modified, right? And every developer do a commit into this tool. The tool records everything. In fact, I would say the tool record the complete history about your software. Think about, you started developing your software back in 2010 and you are already in the market, right? Your software product is being used by the people in the market, and you keep on making change to that software and deliver the more changes or more features to the market after you verified these changes. And every company will have a production infrastructure, the infrastructure which contains a number of machines which are serving the application to the people. Think about, this is a retail web application that your company is developing, and the production infrastructure of every company will contain a number of machine, Linux or Windows machines running an operating system and running different softwares of a software that you are developing, right? So probably the shopping cart component is running inside one machine. The front page of the website is running in a different machine. The payments are running on a different machine. This is for Beam UPI payments. The other one is for credit card payments. So there are different software component, and generally inside a software company they are called projects, right? There would be different project that your developers are developing, and they will deliver the project. They will create some executable file out of it, and finally they will run on a production infrastructure which will be serving your customers. So your customer browse for your website, maybe their browser will establish a connection to this machine, get the web page from that machine, then they try to log in, they provide their username and password, they try to log in. Then this software component will communicate to a database component which will validate the login. And then you try to add some items to the shopping cart, then the request would be sent to a different machine running a different software component which will take care of the creation of shopping cart. So different software component in this production infrastructure are distributed across multiple machines, and they should be connected each other over a network. So this is what a production infrastructure is. So essentially whatever work your developers are doing, right, they do on their laptops, of course. Whatever work the developers are doing on their laptops, finally this code change that they are making has to come all the way to production infrastructure. That is when you can say you are public, right? That is when you can say the changes are visible to customer. Tom is a developer. Assume he is working on integrating the Beam UPI payment option in the retail website so that the customer can make payment using Beam UPI or Google Pay. So Tom made the code change. He added the necessary classes, or he made the necessary code change. He delivered the code change to SEM, and it is there in the SEM, but it is not there in the production because the code in the SEM need to be verified. You want to make sure that this code will work in production once it is deployed into production, which is actually not as simple as I said. It's a complex process, right? You want to verify the code, you want to make sure that whatever code change the developer had done is tested very well, make sure that the functionalities are working, make sure that when it is integrated with the application it is not breaking any other components of the software. There are many verifications, and you want to run this software component into multiple environment before you go to production. There would be a development environment, or before that there can be a testing environment, then there can be a staging environment. All this environment contain a number of machines just like production, right? These environment machines look like production, but they are not serving your customers directly, but they are serving your developers and the testing team to do their testing, right? They can browse for a URL called beta.myretail.com. They will get connected to this application and they can do some testing, and they will do the testing here first on whatever code the developer had done. Make sure that it's working fine. If it is all working fine here, maybe you want to do further testing by deploying that into a development environment. The same code is what getting deployed into these machines, and you do a detailed testing in the development environment. Then you will move on to the staging environment, and finally you have this confidence. Okay, it's all looking good. The tests have been passed in the testing environment. The tests have been passed on the development. So then it have been passed on staging. If there were any problem, it was already reported developer, and developer fixed the problems, right? You are all ready, and the code can now go to production. At this point of time, you will do a production deployment. Production deployment means whatever code change the developer had done, or I wouldn't say the code, maybe that is a wrong term to use. I would say whatever work the developer have done will be brought to production in the production deployment process. And think about this, the code, whatever change the developer are doing, there are a lot of things the code need to undergo before it can reach to production. So I will just give a brief overview, right? Just a quick glance, right? What are some changes the code generally undergo before it can go to production, right? Think about Tom made this code change for Beam UPI. It is not visible by the customer because you have not did a production deployment. In other words, the work of Tom did not come to production, or it did not go to the market, is what we can say. So as a business company, I mean, this is not good. It should be like whatever work your developers are doing, they should immediately go to production. That's what every company need. But due to some issues, it doesn't happen so easily. So we will talk about it. And as I said, the code need to undergo a lot of testing. So generally in every company there would be a development team. They are the ones who will develop the code. There would be a testing team. They are the ones who will test the code, whatever change the developers are doing, the code change, or different tests they will run. The QA team or testing team, you can call it anything. And then there would be an operations team. They are the ones who takes care of all network and machine operations. They take care of your production infrastructure, and it is their responsibility. Whatever code the development team is working on, finally deliver the code or do the production deployment. What that means is update the production with change done by the developers. That's what the operation teams will do. And it's a critical task that they are doing, right? They are working on a production infrastructure that your customers are directly using. Customer use your website for purchasing items and making the payment. So you want to make sure that the customers are being served very well. So the main focus of operation team is to make sure that your software is available to the people, available to your customers. So for the production infrastructure is very important for them. That is their primary role. Whatever machines you have in the production, make sure that the machines are connected, the network connection doesn't have any problem. Make sure that the machines are healthy and running fine, right? None of the machine you don't want to make it available. If something got unavailable, you would add up more machines that can replace the machine which is down. So operation team do a very important job taking care of the production infrastructure, or making sure that the software is available to your customers. And they have one more responsibility: whatever code change the developers are doing, those code change need to be deployed into production. That's what they do, right? They keep on managing all the production infrastructure. The code change they will bring to production infrastructure, but they don't really like to do it, right? That is something they hate to do, because any change that you are bringing to the system can actually break the system. So a developer, though the code is tested and verified, But when the code is moved to the production machines, maybe something can get broken in production, which the operation team hates, right? All the heat they will get in case there is a problem in production infrastructure, right? All the business team, they are the ones who will get the heat, right? So they want to make sure that any code change that need to be released to the people, that need to go to the market, they want to do it, but not while your website is very busy, right? You have some campaign going on your website. You are running think about the Flipkart big billion day. So they are planning to run some campaign. At that point of time, the development team or the business team requested the operation team to do the release because it's very critical. A very very important customer has asked for some change in the software. Developer had finished their changes, but the operation time would say, okay, not this time, let us finish the campaign, after that we will do the release, right? Because for them the campaign is important and their customers are more important, right? Making sure that this infrastructure is up and running, that's what the most important part for operation team. So they will delay the release process, and that is not the only problem. That is one problem between developers and operation team that you can find. Apart from that, sometimes the development team made some code change, some code need to be tested, they need some machine for that, and the machines that you have may not be good enough. So they will request the operation team for more machines, but operation team may be busy working on something else. So they need some time to set up the machines where development team can do some testing. Even the testing team will also face some problems. They want to do some advanced testing. The operation team are not able to give them the environment where they can test it, right? Because they are busy and a lot of manual work needs to be done. So these kind of issues can come between the teams and the developer. Whatever work they have done, they expect the testing team to get them a quick feedback, right? They want to know the quick feedback, then only they can fix the problem more easily, right? Tom is a developer who worked on the Beam UPI, but accidentally he broke the credit card system. If Tom get the feedback from the QA team within the same day, then he has a good idea. Okay, the credit card system seems to be broken. It has to be because of my change, because I made the change today. Till now the credit card system was working, now it is not working. So Tom has got started with something, right? He got an idea where the problem come from. But that is not the case. Think about, he is getting the feedback after 1 week, right? Wouldn't even remember, because he work on lot of change request, so he won't even remember where the problem come from. So these kind of issues can happen. So the CI/CD is all about building an automated pipeline through which the code will undergo, right? Developer made the code change, he delivered the code change into a repository, then assume this code is automatically getting compiled, and you will run some unit testing automatically. And after the unit testing, a report got generated automatically, the report got verified, an email is sent to the developer based on the report. If there is any problem, developer will fix the problem, and again he will deliver the new code into Git, and the same process will continue. Once the report got verified, then the code will be built into some executable code, so that it can be run on a machine along with all the dependencies. And you want to run it on some machine, test it, make sure that it's working, and once it is working, you want to save those executable files inside a repository. Then again you want to do further testing on these executable code. You want to run them in a development environment, you want to deploy them in a staging environment, right? Then finally the verified code need to be deployed in production. So there are lot of things that you want to do on a code change, that you will build a single pipeline and run everything in a automated mode, right? Developer made a code change, he deliver the code, and he will wait for the feedback from this automated system. This automated system will do everything whatever the code need to undergo. It need to undergo a lot of testing, lot of deployment before it can reach to production, and lot of automated testing. Sometimes include a manual member into the pipeline and make him do some testing. So within little amount of time, maybe within minutes, the developer will get a feedback saying that something is working or something is not working, right? So developer, think about this, developer made some change and he is getting the feedback even without any people working on the system. a lot of automated tool give him the feedback saying that something is not working, you need to fix this. It's great, right? So that's what CI/CD is all about. A code of developer being moved into production. CI is all about verifying the code done by developer. CD is all about delivering the code into the next level system. Maybe, for example, you can call it development to staging or staging to production, right? After the code, after a CI is run on development, you want to deliver the code to staging. There you want to run another CI. Then you want to run the code in production. Again, you want to run a CI. So that's called continuous delivery. You will deliver the code to different main lines once you finish the CI on the given main line. That means testing to development, development to staging, staging to production. So that's what CI/CD is all about. Yeah, and thank you all. If anybody like to enroll to my CI/CD training, please feel free. Yeah, thank you, and you can get started by exploring the tools like Jenkins, Git, Maven. Maven is a build tool that help you convert the source code into executable code. Git is the repository which I talked about, the SEM tool. Jenkins is a scheduler, or not just a scheduler. It can do many things. You can run the CI and CD inside Jenkins as a job. So just start exploring these tools. Nexus is a repository where you want to save your executable code, the exe files or whatever. So just keep exploring, and good luck, right? Any help that you need from me, feel free to ping me. Thank you.